Hey there, StarCraft fans! Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War. Today on Knockout, it's going to be Motive, it's going to be Queen. Bottom left, it is Motive. Top right, it's Queen. Two incredible players for a PvZ for your Monday. Should be a good one. Looking forward to it. Or maybe it's this Tuesday. I don't know what day it is when you see this, but casting it about a week in advance. So if you want to request a player, let me know in the comments, and you'll maybe see it in a week. All right, what are the plays here, folks? Going to be a PvZ. We are going to see Zealots. We're going to see Hydras. Are we going to see Archons? Maybe we will. Or Ultralisks. If you want to see Archons and Ultralisks in a PvZ, check out the last one that I post featuring those two units. I put them out on the channel about a week ago. Tulbo versus Effort. Tulbo, the darling of ASL 21 right now. He's in the round of 8. How? Nobody knows exactly, except he's playing really well despite the mistakes he's making. Which is kind of, you know, we can relate to that, I think. That's the whole idea for people with Tulbo. And Effort not an ASL because he thought he had qualified for ASL by playing in an open and winning, but nope, he hadn't. There are some other hoops he had to jump through. That's kind of funny stuff. So, we are not Nexus firsting today, not even close. We're going to go Gate, right? No, we're going to Forge it. Interesting, which is cool because it's an overpool. I mean, you know, you don't need a Forge on a cross-spawn position here. You just go ahead and get the Gate. You're cool. Lings can't get here in time to really ruin you if you don't have a cannon. But he doesn't know, right? He's playing it safe. Probe Scout, double Probe Scout. Does he want a cannon rush? I mean, he's not going to be allowed to cannon rush because this is an overpool. If it was a hatch and you scouted it, sure. He's checking shorter rush distances. Doesn't see any Zerg there. Doesn't see any Zerg here. And he has to check the main because it doesn't mean there's no Zerg just because there's nothing in the natural base at 150. He's going to get down, waste a lot of scouting time to be like, okay, nothing down here either, no creep. So, he's up in the top right. So he's cross-spawn. So he's like, I'm not getting a cannon rush off here at all. Might as well, I guess, throw down the Nexus. And then we'll scout and see what it is. But cross-spawn means we can get a Nexus down off the Forge and we can get a cannon if we need to. That's the safe thing about this here on Knockout. What's fun about Knockout is you have this little dip. It's a speed dip. Do you have speed dips in your country? So speed bumps are pretty popular, where you put a bump in the road to force traffic to slow down, or they launch themselves into the air and, you know, their transmission falls out of the bottom of their car. But speed dips do the same thing. Go over this fast and it goes brah, and really hurts your car, so it really encourages people to slow down. Anyhow, it is a cannon. I just kind of disagree with this, right? You saw 4 Lings. You saw cross spawn. These Lings are chasing your probe anyway. I just don't think you need this cannon, but he's like, you know what? Later, fine. I'll need it later, I guess. Did you guys watch ASL Round of 16 Group C? The one that had Flash and Jaedong and Bisu in it? Yeah, man. Did you see a game where Jaedong showed up at Bisu's base when Bisu wasn't quite ready for it with Lings, sniped the cannon, and won? Yeah, you did. Dude, Jaedong is playing so crazy well, dude. By this point, you've seen what's going on, right? You saw Flash get through. You saw Jaedong get through. Bisu and Ample got left behind. No real surprise about that on Ample's side. But of Flash, Bisu, and Jaedong, someone had to go home. And I think Flash and Jaedong have just been playing better over the last few weeks. And Bisu, as well as he plays, just got left behind. Dude, one of my favorite games in ASL Round of 16 Group C was when Flash went Command Center first mech, which is a crazy strong build that's very hard for Zergs to deal with. And Jaedong just played it perfectly, read it perfectly, greeted up against the command center, got a bigger economy, went into Mutalisks and Hydras, handled the Goliaths exceptionally well, did a lot of damage to Flash, and then just rode that advantage to the end. Never messed up. Took Flash out. I mean, Flash made it in to the round of 8 anyway, but man, that loss has got to be weighing on him. He's got to be like, dude, Jaedong is playing so well right now. He is the god Zerg at this point. Playing as well as he has, better than he has in a very long time. Tasteless said it's as best as he's seen Jaedong play ever. Ever. So let's see what we get here, folks. Stargate on the way, no real surprise from Motive. I'm talking about Jaedong and Flash, and meanwhile, it's not, neither of those guys are here. Zealot into the third base, no big surprise there. But yeah, it's Queen. Queen's an amazingly good player, too. Let's, you know, Queen managed to win an ASL or 2 back in 2020. Baller that he is. Motive not quite on that level, but that's okay. It's one game of StarCraft. That's why you should never look at a game that I post and be like, you know, statistically, this guy should win over this guy, so I'm not going to bother. It's like, no. You never know. Hydra Den coming in. We've seen Paralyzed take down players like Efforts on the channel, right? We've seen lower level players who don't have ASL championships take down ASL champs. It's not on one game. It's not that unheard of. In a multi-game series, yeah, the better player is probably going to win out. I love Terry over here being like, brr, brr, brr. Yeah, you're not afraid of any Corsairs. You're here for the full scout, man. You see the Citadel. He's not even worried. He knows he's going to die. He's just facing it very strongly. This Zealot's still back here, by the way. That's a macro hatch. +1 Corsair on the way. He's going to see the Hydra Den. Now, is he going to cancel the +1 attack for the Corsair? Because you can do that, but the mute attack switch is so dangerous into the late game. That's what Jaedong did against Bisu in that Group C. It was a bunch of Hydras and a bunch of Mutalisks and never got into Hive Tech, but just kept Bisu down so much it didn't really matter. He didn't have to get into Hive Tech. Zealot finally wiped out. Speed on the way from the Hydras. So it looks very much like a 3-hatch Hydra bust. But these Zealots, the legs are almost done. The +1 is almost done. The Templar Archive is warping in 2 down here in the traditional location. Here on Knockout. Oh, I didn't even mention. Yeah, so the reason this is important is because it gives you, you're attacking from low ground to high ground, but just a tiny, tiny bit. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah, Corsairs just trying here. They did cancel the +1. He's like, the investment will go better into things like Zealots rather than Corsairs with all the Hydras on the map. But once again, a mute attack switch can really hurt you if they show up and start sniping your High Templar and your Corsairs don't have a +1 attack. Another thing Tasteless was really big about saying in that ASL Group C Bisu versus Jaedong game was, you gotta be careful sending your Corsairs out on the map like this, especially against somebody that has a Spire. If they don't have the Spire, you can kind of just do this. But if they have a Spire, you gotta be careful not to get caught in a corner where Scourge and where Mutos can actually jump on you and take you out pretty easily. That can be a game-losing maneuver. So Queen macroing pretty well, right? 40 workers. Okay, 38 to 48. Let's be accurate here. Lings, Hydras coming out. Zealots, yes. +1, absolutely. Psystorm's on the way. Hydras, I'm going to be worried about these High Templar that are out here too. Cannon's going to buy time for Storm to finish up. Overlord does get sniped. It's a supply block on Queen. So again, this is a game where you look at it and say, boy, Queen sure has the advantage. He probably wins. No, I don't know. We've seen many a Hydra Lurker player be killed by Zealots with speed and High Templar with Storm. Maybe some Archons too. Maybe a little Reaver stuff to boot. That also could be really, really excellent. Dragoon range is coming in. And there's a robotics facility. He's worried about Lurker aspect, because guess what? It's about 8-9 minutes. About the time for that upgrade to be coming in. And besides, you want obs anyway. Even if the enemy completely skips Lurkers, which is a weird thing to do, but entirely possible, then you still have obs for scouting purposes. I know Corsairs fulfill that role pretty effectively, but sneaking an obs into a base and seeing, oh, that's ripe for DT attack is a pretty good thing too. Yeah, Overlord's really clumped up here, but enough Hydras left behind to make it happen. Hydra's top of the ramp. High ground attacks. Zealots want nothing to do with that. Fourth base done for Queen here. And this is the same setup that I saw, man, when did I see this? Effort versus Tulbo last week, actually. Tulbo had this exact same gateway setup. It reminds me of the troop transports in Phantom Menace, Star Wars. I don't know if anybody else sees that. Probably not. It's fine if you don't. It just reminds me of that. I did see that movie about 7 times in the theaters, which shows how cheap movie tickets were back then. Fourth base, high ground. Same thing with the fourth base here from Queen. Evolution Chamber, Queen's Nest, on the way at 10 minutes. Okay, so Queen getting a Queen's Nest, not something too unexpected. I haven't seen a ton of PvZs where Queen just goes Hydra Lurker forever. 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and loses. The guy's name is Queen. It was Zero for a long time. He was a great player, too. We loved Zero. And we loved Queen as well. They're the same person. But, just, I don't know, it'd be strange to cast a game where Queen has the opportunity to go for Queens, at least a Queen's Nest, and doesn't make the Queen's Nest, you know? I do. Kindarin Amulet on the way. It's been pretty passive. Both players have put a little bit of pressure on, but been shoved away quite ably by the defense of the other player. Sniped. I guess while I have a bit of a break here, quick plug for the sponsor of the channel this month. It is Polls.it. Polls.it.com is a website dedicated to the social media aspect of purely polling. You can post videos and images and poll people on what their responses are to certain concepts. You ask them about certain ideas, certain things. I like to ask questions like, you know, what games do you like to see Falcon cast on the live stream? Who's going to win? ASL Group C, what players are going to make it out of there, right? Check it out, Polls.it.com. There's an iPhone app as well. Link in the description to that, too. Polls.it.com. Yeah, here we go. Motive pushing up. So many lurkers, though. Yeah, 5 lurkers spread out perfectly by Queen. 12 o'clock coming in. From Queen 2. Overlord gets killed. Hang on a second. These aren't even +1 Corsairs. Overlords even have speed, but if there's nowhere for them to retreat, it doesn't matter. Adrenal is on the way. Dude, supply blocking the Zerg player several times from this point is really, really, really powerful. Falling back. This is a big Protoss army. Psystorm good. Dragoons eating the Lings as they trickle in. They're trying to get High Templar. That's not happening here. A slow and steady push forward. Do they have the +2 armor? No, 1-1's on the way. Armor's coming in. Trying to flank around the back side. From the bottom as well here. Trying to get a surround on the Protoss. I don't know, though. Zealots getting on top of those Hydras. Really no problems at all. A little bit of Psystorm support, though. Pretty good storm dodging. Lurkers repositioning. Crushing this left side is Motive. He says, I don't think so, man. Psystorm on the right side here, too. Consume is on the way. These Dragoons have a bit of their moment in the sun. If they can get some work here, especially before Consume is done. It's 160 to 110 supply. Motive is just very patiently dealing with the incoming swarms of the Zerg. Zerg isn't bringing everything, because if everything shows up, it all gets stormed into oblivion. But if they come in piecemeal, then everything gets destroyed out there too. Good. Storms again. Zealots charging in. 150 to 92 supply. Queen is under 100 supply. Consume is on the way. It's not going to be here for this battle. Lurkers try to burrow in and deal with this, but the 1 obs to rule them all. Okay, it's 2 obs. Not as impressive. 2 obs to rule them all. 6 kill Archon. Helping against these Lings immensely. No shields left, but getting the work done. Expanding up the left side. This base is done for Motive. This base is up for Queen, but it's not actually running. Lings into this base. Not enough Lings to shut down these 2 cannons. I mean, yes, they have Adrenal, but look at this probe. Just messing it up a little bit. Heading up to 12 o'clock to try to take it down here, too. Lings shoved away. Yes, they do have Adrenal, but they just don't have the numbers to deal with this. That's the trick, right? Zealots try to get into the right side. Third base. There are Sunkens here. They decide not to go in after all. The hat 12 o'clock is going to die. Drones dying there, too. Under 100 supply here from Queen. Still Motive. Can you do this, man? Sniping the Archon. He was low on HP anyway, low on shields regardless. That base continues to be alive. Insane stuff here. Shield upgrade on the way. That's how important the Archons are going to be as the game continues here for Motive. He's getting that shield upgrade. Now, where are the Defilers? There they are. Finally consuming. He hasn't had the money to make Defilers yet. He had to make Hydras. He had to make Lings. He had to make Lurkers to stay alive. He didn't stay at the 12 o'clock, which is a disaster. Motive's expanding to the left side here too, but there are some Zerg units heading over there to scout it out. They're going to get a cancel on that Nexus. There's nothing to stop that from happening. There's the cancel. There's the attack to get a cancel on this hatchery, and does get the cancel even with the Hydras there. Spanning down this way here too. I don't know, the probe wants to expand there. 6 o'clock, warping in to make up for the lost one on this top left. He's gonna maybe retake this too. Like, I'll get a cannon first this time. How's that sound? This is a crazy dicey position here, I think, for both players, though. Up about 30-40 supply here. Motive's got to feel pretty good about things. Once again, that +2 armor. As long as you're not getting plagued, as long as Dark Swarm isn't up, you're going to feel pretty good about that. But guess who has plague, and guess who, well, almost has plague. Has plague now. And who has Dark Swarm? Always. But it's a consume that really matters. 150 to 128 supply. Motive feels really comfortable at this 12 o'clock. He has killed this a couple times already. Queen really doesn't want it to die, which I can understand. Dude, that bottom right base is in trouble too. Look at that. Yeah, that's a canceled, or killed hatch. That's a killed hatch. Cool enough. Plague. Ooh, big play. Catching the observers too, injuring them and revealing them, but there's not enough to actually kill the obs. This 12 o'clock base is going to die. That is a dead hatch. I mean, you might want to go for some of the guaranteed damage on these drones, and I can't blame him for that. 57 to 48 workers. It might actually save it, just because those drones came in and they were a juicy target. Size Stormman desperately holding here. Lurkers getting stormed. Dark Swarm pops up. Double Dark Swarm. No. Motive. Get out of it. He's trying, but he's kind of cramped in there. What the what? How did these Zealots win this? Oh, you might need to check that out when all is said and done here. That's an 8-kill Dark Templar. That's probably a big part of it. 12 o'clock base is alive. It's injured, but it's alive. That +1 shield upgrade is amazing. Zealots coming in. It's 146 to 108 supply. It's a 40 supply lead at 17 minutes. Base down. DT casually has 12 kills. Finally gets wiped out because an observer shows up in the form of an overlord. Trying to counterattack down into this space. Too many cannons unless you have an infestor with you. Oh, maybe there's... maybe you can do that. Maybe you can take this out. We'll have to see. Zealots holding the line. Zealots holding the line while Archon is back there doing the work. Size Storm. Oh, boy. Who'd have got that one? 19 kill at Templar. GG. Queen. Taps out of there. The Size Storm defending here, too. In Motive wins it by killing this base, defending this base, and killing this base. I need to see how on earth those Zealots actually did that down there. That was amazing. Tap that like button if you enjoyed that game, folks. That was insane. This is where we pulled off, right? Yeah, check it out. These Zealots. Oh, a DT shows up. A DT. That's it. DT shows up. The Zealots are like, aha, we are going to die. Thank you, Dan the Dark Templar, for your assist. You're truly a baller. And he is. These Zealots, though. 2-1-2 upgrades. Plus, I mean, 3 kills, 6 kills. 4 kills. Oh, man. Hatch dies as well. Finally, an Overlord comes down. I just... These Zealots giving their lives inside the Dark Swarm, knowing the Dragoons can't do anything. It's up to the Zealots, sir. And then trying to run in here and do something, but then falling back, grouping up. Like, we can do this, but that buys time for the High Templar to show up. Look at these High Templar coming in from stage left. Yeah, and he knows. And he knows. He knows it's over. Dang, Motive. Motive, you baller. That was awesome. I mean, that was an absolutely fantastic showing from Motive. I told you that even though Everett is a better player than Motive won here today. He played so well. He was patient. He waited for the +2. He was preparing for preparing for the Dark Swarm. He was preparing for the Plague. Didn't let it, knock him out of it. Did lose this base, replaced it down here. Attacking 12 o'clock while attacking over this way, not to pushing into a place where you're going to die, but continuing to push. That's all that matters. 28 kill Archon. Look at all the blood around this dude. He looks so cool. He looks so cool because he is so cool. That was great. That was a really fantastic PvZ, man. Corsairs got some work done. Didn't go too heavy on him. He knew about the Hydras. There were no mutas today. And maybe that's something that was missing. Something we could consider doing later, next time around. Huh, Queen? But yeah, he got up to the Plague. He got up to the Dark Swarm. He didn't win anyway. Tough stuff sometimes out there in Zergland. 137,000, 119,000 points. We got an outproduction rate of over 2-1 by the Zerg. The kill-death ratio was close to a 4-1, though. Buildings raised 2-0, negligible, and an outspend by the Zerg. Only about 1,100 resources in 18 minutes. It's going to be it, man. That's not going to get it done. Okay, well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for hanging out, and you take care of yourself.
Yeah.